Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm Paul Meyer, and I'm the MC tonight. And yeah, I have no cards, so I have three ground rules for myself tonight. I reviewed it with the routing table in the back. First, I am the MC, not AMC, so I'm not a real MC. I'm just the MC. Second, no one is allowed to get to drink. That's my wife's rule. And then third, I don't have to be funny. So two years ago, I was on this stage and I was a comic and I was scared to death. But I had the greatest, I'm in awe of the comics. We have at least one tonight. It will be her debut. And I'll tell you who that is when she comes up in just a few minutes. But before we get going, I wanted to start us off with a video about performance initiatives.
My name is Tyra Bryant. I'm 15 years old and I've been on the job for about 7 years.
My name is Gayla Brown. I'm 15 years old and I've been on nursing school.
My name is Jonathan Price. I've been coming here since I was 11 years old and now I'm 16.
My name is Corey and I'm coming to the gym ever since I was 8.
Hello, my name is Mia Walker. I have been training here for about 8 years now.
Tonight, I love performance initiative. I am 19 years old. It's a performance initiative. This is reviewing homework after school and stuff, or even during the summer. Quick review where we do our workout and get on our virtual classes.
So in school, I wasn't always like on my P's and Q's with school, but ever since I started taking it more seriously, I actually got more knowledge from it. And Coach Carey actually pushed me through my academic behavior.
There are also tutors that also help us with this work. Anything we don't understand, we can always go to other experts, help them. Tutors here and friendly people, and we have a lot of kids here, different ages to hang out with.
Since I was focused on weightlifting, it helped me get my grades up.
I wasn't like always an A student or wasn't even like a B student, but they helped me pull my grade average up to be better with reading comprehension, math, everything.
They're trying to help us succeed in school.
The tours are wonderful. I am currently studying for my SAT.
So now I'm on the road to graduate and I'm really excited about that.
I got better at math, because like math is not my favorite subject.
Then also I start college July 23rd. So that's what's next for me for education.
Next, so this area right here is where you hang up your book bag and your jacket. Then over here is like all weightlifting shoes and stuff, and they all separate on who competes and who are beginners. Then upstairs we have dinner and another tutoring area, and we have like a couple games.
Or our high school graduates and above and beyond, this is different achievements such as making teams, other things like extracurriculum. We're college graduates. And so
With the kids, we do outside stuff, it's very funny, so we have a lot of silly kids here. Okay, so out here is where we do all our outside activities like running, we do racing right here, like a little warrior ninja set over there, and we have the wall walk.
oh, we recently started our garden. We started planting strawberries and corn and spinach. It's very nice and comfy, and it brings everybody around for like holidays, meets and stuff.
After like we do our work and finish with school, we come out here to work out. I came here when I was 9, and I was in second grade. And so like back then I wasn't really serious about weightlifting yet.
I started lifting at about 9 years old, so I've been doing this for a while.
So I just did like a lot of training and like playing around. And then as I got older, I started getting more into it. So around like 12 or 13, I started getting more serious with it and go more competitive and do heavier weights.
Around the gym, we have the different weights that we achieved and our goals on the walls and things. So you see them on the board, snatch and clean and jerk. Those are what we do. I'll introduce you to one of the exercises that I do called the clean and jerk.
And I get stronger every day.
I love the sportsmanship, I love the training, I just love the people.
The gym has taught me to be brave, keep my head up.
First to go harder, and I had low self-esteem, like my confidence every time I go out the platform. So ever since I kept doing it and practicing, elevating more, it really boosts my confidence up until today.
Like when you have like anger issues and stuff, you can let it out on the weight while you're training as an actual person. You don't get in trouble.
Positive vibes, like we all cheer each other on.
People, everybody support you.
Kind of like smile with them, talk with them, because that's what happened to me, and that's what performance initiatives allow other people to do for me. So I just wanted to do it for them and just, help them out along the way, because it's not an easy journey. It's really hard. It requires a lot of dedication to be here, and they made it easier for me, so I want to make it easier for them.
Yeah, people cheer you on, and you put your heart into it.
Sometimes I show him the moves if he don't know how to do it, and I help him calculate his weight so he know how much weight to put on the bar every time he does it.
Well, a lot of these people up here, some have been teachers, some were just teammates. They've helped me with schoolwork, and even though they helped me out a little bit during lifting and stuff, some things I didn't understand. Being the younger kids, they helped me out being older and being more experienced.
Younger kids, they work out, and I see them progress because I can help them. Like I was there once, so I can understand where they're coming from.
Motivation. Everybody motivated everybody.
Excited. It's really exciting and a really happy place, happy moment to be a part of. Like, just being a better person in the community, period. And I'm very thankful for it.
You feel proud of yourself.
That's like, doesn't have nothing to do with weightlifting, but it has something to do with like connecting with other people. It kind of it just goes along.
Help a lot when you need it.
Like the same thing about when people come to the gym is potential, and they could possibly grow and do something they never did before they walk in.
Give you a little bit of flavor for performance initiatives. I know we have a lot of fans out there, and so tell your friends about us. So you saw some of the family, PI family right there, and wanted to ask those who are here who are board members to please stand and introduce our board. So I know we got a couple. Yeah, okay. So there's me, and then there's Will Dent over here. And Matt McHale. And we have some other board members who couldn't be here tonight. Bill Chisholm, Brian Smith, Denise Kilbride, Valerie Walker. And please give a round of applause for our board. Now, I was going to start off tonight saying that this was the introduction PI CrossFit class, but the people in the back row told me if I did that, they'd break my arm, so I decided not to do that. But what's more important than that is that you meet Carrie Goodrich, our executive director. I know a lot of you all know her, but she's going to come out here and say a few words to you, so please give it up for Carrie.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We already heard last year, and our cheer group is already starting from watching themselves on video. But so since they're here in Tejan, and a couple of our college students are going to leave early, I'm embarrassing them. We do this for long-term development. The weightlifting is just a great side note and accolade that happens with it. And they have worked extremely hard since they were 8, 10, 12 years old whenever they came into the programs. Hey, PI champions, I need you to stand up now, all of you. So our college athletes, we missed, one of them didn't stand up. She's in Doppler with us by dating. They all go to school together. She also competes for the Green Parker Weightlifting team. So we're very proud of them, their accomplishments and where they're going in life. But I'm more proud of them as the ambassadors, just in everyday life that they are, and how they mentor all the younger kids coming in. They could be very intimidating, and they could be very arrogant about their accomplishments. We have more world champions in our program before they graduate high school than any other sport in the country. And these guys are all part of those teams. And yet you won't hear them brag about it. And we have some aspiring kids over there that have been working very hard in college and on the platform. So we hope to see them more in 2024 and 2028 as well, as they exceed and as they graduate college. So, did I embarrass you guys? Yes, I love it. I love it. We were going to have Tayan come up and speak a little bit, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Paul asked him, he's like, "Oh, I got no." Thank you, guys. We want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and all of our sponsors. I know we have sponsors on the banners from this event in particular, but let me tell you, everyone by being here and the people on and the people that couldn't be here, there is so much community support for our PI athletes, the ones that compete and excel at it, and the ones that just train to stay in school and at the national level, at youth level. We have so much community support. If I had to stand up here and thank everybody, I'd be here for the rest of my life, because this would never happen without you. So I just want you all to give yourself a round of applause and thank you very much for being here. As you know, we just got back from Saudi Arabia from the Youth World Championship. So Keontae, the young man that you heard talking in the video too, he's still recovering from jet lag. He's never traveled halfway across the world before. He was barely awake an hour ago. And Ann was looking at me earlier and gave me a cheat sheet so I could thank all of our sponsors, so I wouldn't forget anybody. So we want to thank Passion Christian Church. It's been one of our partners for a long time. And even our IT and all of our tech support is from the group as well. And if anybody knows me, I really need to thank Alan, because we would not have any tech support. I'm not a tech person. Price Auto Group really stepped up at the last minute. When I asked them, I told them these kids have to self-fund. They have to self-fund around the world. So it cost us over $6,000 to win the championship. So they have to make creative. They have to do well in school. They have to look for their own funding. So when I asked the other group to help out, they stepped up right away, as well as a lot of people in our community. So we want to thank them very much for coming. Meyer and Sayers, I'm sorry. Sterling Seacrest and Pritchard, Matt's over here representing. There's Matt. Thank you. The Sawyer Law Group, Chatham Steel, End Market, Chicken Salad Chick, which is also our food provider tonight, Sentinel Bean, right around the corner. The CBE Group, Jeremiah's Italian Ice, yeah, from the kids group. Momentum Development Solutions. So without Ann, we could not have made this possible. All right, I'm going to hand this back over to Paul. Paul, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Don't hide. Come on up. I'm going to hand it back over to Paul.
Well, thanks, Carrie. I mean, obviously, Carrie, let's give you a some of y'all probably saw me over there I don't want Carrie to see the looks on your faces and that she thinks, I'm not about to give her the hook, but nobody gives Coach Carrie the hook. But she is a wonderful person. I think those of you that know her, the athletes that have trained with her from when you're this big to now Taeyong when you're like this big, all right, can attest to the fact that she is tough as much as she loves, and there's a very good balance there. And I've been very blessed to the last 7 years to watch many of these young people grow into men and women, to come back and pour into the little guys and gals that are that big, because that's what it's all about, personal relationships. And that's how we change the world, and at least that's how we're changing the world at PI. I can't say it too many times, and I'll say it again, that the point of PI is not all the gold medals. Frankly, that has happened, and it wasn't a surprise. If you meet some of these young people, and the 10 times these that are not here tonight, you'll understand why they're winning gold medals. But the goal is to build into them through relationships and to see life change. It's not to win gold medals. They just happen to win gold medals. And Terry, what's the last count? How many are on the world team in the last year or so? 6, 7, 9. So I lost count. All right. And the reason why I lost count is because there's only like 36 in the United States that are on the U.S. world team. 9 are here. And these are kids who weren't handpicked just because they look like weightlifters. These are kids that were that big around and worked hard. You saw Kaya with the stocking cap on. You saw her?
Her handsome face.
No, I was hiding. All right. So y'all saw Kaya on the video. Well, she won silver in worlds. So she is an Olympic weightlifter. And that might confuse some of them, because that wasn't my vision of an Olympic weightlifter. So this is not about handpicking kid athletes. This is about changing lives. So thank you for being here tonight. Enough of me talking. Who wants to laugh? All right. Good. Let me tell you, this is very difficult. And I was up here last time, like I was just a second ago, hiding in the shadows when I was a comic. And it's hard work, okay? And especially when the people in the front row aren't laughing. So if y'all don't plan on laughing, y'all need to move in the back and let's get some laughers up front, okay? But yeah, I love these guys. Next year we're gonna have these guys up there, and we're gonna have them mocking us and heckling us. And I'm really excited about that. That's gonna be the upgrade for 2022. All right, but without further ado, our first comic is her debut. So be nice. All right, be nice. So, all right. So our first comic, Angela Bliss. Give her a big round of applause and be prepared to crack up.
I'm just so proud to be here. All right, so that was a martini curl. So I don't know if you guys were inspired by Penny Pearl as I was, but I couldn't find a hat with tags. So a lovely coworker let me have my martini glasses. But thanks so much for coming out. I do have fancy shoes, but we are in the South. So I grew up in Chattanooga. And I'm a dog graduate, but so I don't know how they did today. I didn't get to see the game, but so growing up in Chattanooga, I had a great high school, and they took us to New York City. New York City. Yes, New York City. And before we went up, the teacher was giving us this huge spiel. So little Chattanooga school going to big New York City. And the one thing that stuck out in my mind from that trip prep was, they're gonna look at your feet to make sure you have on shoes, because you sound Southern. Shoot. So I thought it was kind of appropriate. I'll break my neck in those, but I do have real shoes, but I typically am in flip-flops. So I brought them, but I'm gonna go barefoot because it's just comfy, right? All right, so let's go back to Mini Pearl or Martini Pearl. And did you guys grow up watching Hee Haw too? Okay, so my kids have not been exposed. I'll have to work on that. But the joke is, I grew up on Hee Haw, and my husband grew up on NPR. And I have to say this because my mom is watching on Zoom. Hi, Mom. And I said, Mom, do you believe Tom grew up on NPR? And I thought I grew up on Hee Haw on Solid Gold. Don't know. And so Mom goes, what's that? So I have to give a shout out. She knows what it is now. After 20 years of being married to a very patient man, she knows what it is. But so Mini Pearl, so when Ann asked, we worked together in the past. It was a lot of fun. We were working together, and Ann goes, you're kind of funny. And I'm like, what you talking about? I'm funny looking? You know, I know I sound like I should be in a Disney show, thanks to what one of my Sunday school teachers told me growing up, but I have no control over that. And my dad sang bass in choir, believe it or not. I'm in the mouth section. So, but Ann's like, can you do this? And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Because as a parent, it's important to teach our kids what? Take advantage of every opportunity, right? Right. So I'm like, okay, I can do it. Okay, so I'm like, ooh, what do you say? And so anyway, I've been working, and I was thinking, well, let me tap into who inspired my life or who shaped me as a human. And well, Minnie Pearl was one. And she was a really good actor, because up until like doing research for this show, I didn't know her name wasn't Minnie Pearl. It's not, I don't remember what it is, but it's Minnie Pearl for me for always. But so, so Minnie Pearl, yeah, so I was relieved that you guys knew who it was. Robin Williams, right? Oh, what an awesome person. And then Miss Piggy. Yeah, right? Yeah, any Miss Piggy thing? Okay. And it was kind of cool because growing up, a friend of mine loved Kirby, so we were real good. But anyway, so a little bit of Southern roots, even though someone lately just told me I sounded like I was from England. Like, right? But hey, I'll take it because they have really good coffee over there. And so, best latte in the world. But anyway, so other things, I was thinking, well, what else can I do for inspiration? Are there any music fans in here? Totally. And I will tell you, that little Minnie Pearl, that was totally bucket list because of all the environmental education conferences, of all the commissioners, or of all the other sea level rise conferences I've done. I have never gotten a chance to do that. Can you imagine? Like, hey, welcome to national education, and hey, howdy. So it was such a treat. So that I really appreciated that opportunity. So that was bucket list check off for me. But anyway, so you think of things that inspire you as far as music. And sometimes, do you ever just wake up, you have this really strange song on your head, like on your mind, and it's like, what? Where did that come from? You hadn't heard it on the radio, right? Because sometimes it's bad 80s songs that we try to erase. And but like when I'm getting ready to go on a trip, inevitably that Bob Marley, every little thing gonna be all right, because I'm totally not a flyer. You can ask my husband. He has to like sneak some alcohol and try to make me sleep. No. But I'm a little neurotic, a little bit of a control freak, so I don't fly well. So but that song pops into my head when I want to go to fly or have to go to fly. And then I worry on those mornings, highway to hell. Like, oh crap, gonna be a bad commute. So if you ever have those songs pop into your mind, challenge you, is that gonna protect my day, or will I let it protect my day? And I will tell you, when you listen to that song on Truman, it's a pretty fun commute. no comment on what I drive. Okay. So music is a huge influence on my life. When I was growing up, I did get most talented, but I honestly think it was because I was the only person that would actually get up in front of school and hold a microphone and sing. And so, yeah, and so I know I'm not doing it professionally, which is pretty crazy, right? That's okay. Okay, I have a good day job. So as far as other music, I asked my kids, so in getting prepared for this mentally, but also the amount of community support that came, like these classes, love it. And then we have my children tried to help me with jokes. My co-workers were helping me with jokes. And it was really, it's a team effort, right? A team list. So, right? And so when I tie it back to music, and it's pretty funny that it's with the Muppet theme. We love the song Phenomena. Phenomena. All right, so knowing that song, which is not be singing forever. You're welcome. My daughter was singing it the other day, and I was listening to her, because have you ever heard people totally sing the wrong lyrics? Isn't it funny? Like, it used to irritate me, but now I'm like, what? Right? So anyway, so when I was doing my doctoral work, it's in adult learning, we took a class on phenomenology, which is really cool, right? I have a hard time, I struggle spelling it, but it sounds really cool. And it's like a 30-cent word. Did you ever have this growing up? This is a 5-cent word. This is like a $1.50 word. Okay, so phenomenological is like $1.50, but if it's phenomenology, you just get 50 cents. So anyway, so I'm listening and I hear Emma go, phenomenal. I was like, what'd you say? And she goes, phenomenal. I was like, ooh, that works. So we changed the lyrics if you need to. It's phenomenal. But then I also have to give a shout out her because she's my music lover. So I love to see that pass on in the community. But any parents in the house, dogs, cats, children, right? You have a long-standing list of house rules that grows daily. Okay. Anyone else have? There will be no water guns in the house. Right? That was a good one. I didn't realize that because I had 4-legged children for so long. All right. And then when you make up rules for your 4-legged children who don't speak English, it's pretty embarrassing. It's like, that's not a rule to pee right there, don't you, Max? Max is like, so anyway, he just twiddles his tail. He's a dog, by the way. But anyway, so music is a big deal in our house, and it all started by chance. And kind of like these kids for performance, you get a great chance to do for weightlifting. Music was my guide. That was my way that I got the connection, that I could do great things. So I love the ability to be able to have these opportunities and help with these opportunities. And who doesn't need some comedy at this point, right? Right? Yeah, things are getting kind of heavy and you feel like you're going from 5'8" to 4'8", right? So it's nice to have something to bring it up a notch, right? Other than those shoes that if I did that, I would be in a chair breaking my neck. But they're really pretty and I enjoy having professional adult shoes. But I'm gonna go back to my teeth in a second. But anyway, it was funny. I think I snapped into a presenter mode because I almost asked you guys if you had any questions. No questions. My children are under the table. Sorry, kids. But anyway, with looking at my notes. Inspiration. That was my focus, right? Adult ADD kicks in every now and then. So inspiration as far as music, but as far as family, right? You gotta love them. You gotta not love them sometimes, right? You love them because you have to. You don't want to. So we would always, so I was from Chattanooga, where I did a hee-haw. The reason hee-haw was such a big deal to me because my roots were in the mountains back in Appalachia, right? So I don't know how you were, but we were real close to one side of my family, and they're in Asheville. And I always go out every Christmas for dinner. And there was always Aunt Mary. Right? So Aunt Mary, oh my gosh, she's awesome, right? She was like this tall, and she thought she could whisper. And, right? And she had this amazing glass collection. one of those neat country folks that knew so much about glass history. It was amazing. And you would go in her house and it was museum level glass of every color, texture, shape, cut, whatever. I wish I could have learned as much as she knew before she passed. But she couldn't whisper. Yep, where I'm going with this. Aunt Mary, we would sit, right? There'd be about 30 or 40 of us. She would sit. Oh my God, doesn't she look like she got fat this year? Mary, she can hear you. Look at that hair. It sure did turn gray. Why don't she color that? She can still hear you. So I pray as I grow older, but even though my eyes are starting to become old womanized, I pray that my ears never teach me to not whisper. But she would try and then my mom says that face, love you mom, but it's true. And it's like, you're not whispering, whisper. So those family inspirations of whispering, sometimes be loud, have fun, laugh loud. Sometimes whisper, it's okay. It's okay to whisper and hide. But anyway, so the inspiration of why, of funnies, kind of did it based on my family. But also as a big shout out, thank you to family for being inspiration for the funnies that get us through all the crap we've had the past 18 months. Thank you again.
Thanks, Angela. Give her one more round of applause. All right, so everybody's heard that joke about a priest, a rabbi, and a doctor go to the American Legion, and that's this show. Our next three comics are a priest, a rabbi, and a doctor. It's too bad that I'm not funny because I could actually do a joke at that. So anyway, but the first one is the priest. So we say a little bit about he is, so the collar, the father with a collar, Michael Chan.
Thank you. Hey y'all, yeah, I am an actual priest. I'm not wearing this for like a Halloween costume. I did go to the Wormhole, which is a grungy punk bar. I went there after Sunday evening service one time wearing this to get a beer. They're like, dude, fetish night's tomorrow. I'm thrilled to be here for Performance Initiatives. I did not know a lot about this organization, I'll be honest. I am enamored of what you do. I mean, training these kids, helping them with their homework, learning weightlifting, and then going on to exotic locations for competitions. I'm talking like Peru, and Korea, and Saudi Arabia, and Detroit. One day I would like to go to Detroit. That's where Dorothy went in The Wiz, so it must be pretty cool. The real guilty party here is Rabbi Robert Haas, my friend, yes. When we walk into bars, the jokes just write themselves. He's the one that kind of really, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. I'm just glad I'm not following him. The Jewish people were blessed with humor. WASP, we get ambrosia salad at Sunday potluck, and that is a curse. If you've ever had ambrosia salad, I'm either really insulting you or I'm validating your opinion. If you don't know what ambrosia salad is, do not Google it. You will vomit a little bit in your mouth. You're going to Google it anyway, I know. Just be forewarned. I'm not also a priest, I'm also a deadhead. Yeah, I'm told I saw the Grateful Dead several dozen times in my earlier days. I'm told I had a great time. If you've ever been to a Dead show, they're pretty trippy. I mean, it's thousands of people dancing like this, like so the music doesn't get in their eyes. If you ever want to hide something from a deadhead, just put it under the soap. They'll never find it. You ever had a deadhead stay with you? They're still there at your house? I just like the songs, man. I am no saint. My wife will tell you that. My children will tell you that. I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. I was petrified. I was like, oh, what happens when I get there? And I say shit. I'm like, oh, I'm okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start using the Greek equivalent of that word, right? And it's the word skubala. It means, right? So, but it's Greek. And Paul, the Apostle Paul, used it in his letter to the Philippians. And I'm thought, well, if it's in the Bible, I can say skubala all I want. Skubala, skubala, skubala. That's some bull skubala, man. Ain't nobody can challenge this skubala. Skubala is my new jam. It helps. It does help. Because not only am I a father, I'm also a father to 3 boys. Yeah. What that means is all my skubala is broken. I got skubala I didn't even think could break that is broken. I'm okay with it. I am. Suddenly, when you have children, boys, they're just rocks in every room in your house. And you don't even bother taking them back outside. You just agree to live with indoor rocks. It happens. One time I came home from work, and my 3 boys were sitting in the living room. The only thing that they were wearing is their underwear and sunglasses. And they were eating Cheetos and they were watching The Wiz. And then one handed me a bag of Cheetos. Momentarily, there were 4 boys wearing underwear and sunglasses, eating Cheetos and watching The Wiz, and that's why I want to go to Detroit. My mother told me, I hope you have a boy just like you. No, I mean just like you. I really do. Well, Mom, thanks. It happened. I mean, we do regular boy stuff. We do like Legos and comics and Star Wars. You know, because when we sit around in our underwear eating Cheetos, watching Star Wars, this is the way. I think the stormtrooper thing was a bad idea because they've obviously had some kind of influence on the accuracy of my boys in the toilet. Stormtroopers are not very accurate, guys. I'm serious, man. 3 boys, it's like it's on the seat. It's like, pew, 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 pew. And you're walking in like, dude, it's on the floor. It's on the wall. It's on the ceiling. This is Savannah. The ceilings are 11 feet tall. I'm like, how does it get up there? Like, we can tell you how. We just can't tell you why. So that's a thing. We went and got targets, little sticker targets. And we put them on the toilets just to shoot the target. I'm not even kidding. It almost worked. They're all like, yes, Dad, I got, oh, never mind. I might be a Christian, but I believe in karma. I do. I believe in karma now, and it's a beast. It's coming back. We've told our kids untruths. Yeah, I'm a priest, I'm also a liar. I thought it would make parenting easy. I was wrong. We're driving down Abercorn and hear one of my kids say, Daddy, what is that? It's a cartoon mouse with a slice of pizza. What's that? That's Big Rat, son. Big Rat. Yeah, it's Big Rat. What goes on in Big Rat? It's terrible. It's a big nest, and it's got a giant habit trail set, and it's coated with scuba. You don't want to go in there. No, Dad, I don't want to go to Big Rat. It sounds terrible. Yeah, it is. He lures children in with games and terrible pizza. Parenting win. My kid never wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Fantastic. And he gets that invitation, that birthday invitation. Oh, Daddy, Dante's having a birthday party. It's at Chuck E. Cheese's. And you're thinking, oh, no, man, this day it's calm. So you put him in a car, and you take him down to Chuck E. Cheese. You're sitting in the car in the parking lot, and he looks at you, he's white as a sheet, he says, Dad, why are we at Big Rat? I gotta tell him, son, Big Rat has a cousin. His cousin's name is Chuck. But I'm gonna hold your hand. And we're gonna walk in here, we're gonna do this thing together. And we go in, And the first thing that hits you is that waft of like ammonia and scuba and like cafeteria pizza. He says, Daddy, I don't want to be here anymore. Mr. Dante is president, we're gonna take you to sushi, and we're never gonna tell your mother about this. Kids love sushi. We thought it'd be really funny to try to like turn them off of really expensive food when they were kids. So we get the sushi, like, oh, this is delicious. We got a backfire. I mean, one time on my birthday, I took my son to a sushi bar with me. And he walks in, he's like, Konnichiwa, how's the chorito tuna today? Is it fatty? And the sushi chef is like, dude, how is he, like 5? Yeah, backfire. We want our kids to eat healthy. Well, sometimes it doesn't work, man. I mean, we didn't. So here's the thing. This is probably the worst lie we've ever told my children. We told them that when the ice cream truck plays music, it means they're out of ice cream. I don't really want to eat that crap. You see it? It's like a malformed SpongeBob and a stick, and like it's supposed to be a Mickey Mouse fudgicle, and it's like duct tape to the outside of a white van. It's scary. And he's always driving around. Hello? I'm like, oh, well, no, out of ice cream. Come on, we'll take you to Brighter Day and get some rice cream and some carrot coated raisins. That's delicious. The guy's like trolling our neighborhood. Oh, sorry, guys. We catch him on the way home from school. It's the ice cream truck. He's getting old, man. And then my kids began to learn the words of Old McDonald, and they realized it was too familiar. I had to go out and have a talk with the ice cream truck man. I said, hey, dude. Hey, man, what's happening? Listen, I want you to do me a favor. You're kind of ruining Old McDonald for my children. Would you mind, like, I don't know, playing some crappy music, like some Mariah Carey? Something that doesn't really, I don't mind being ruined. And he looks at me and he says, hey, I like your Grateful Dead shirt. What if I play Barton Hall 77? Yeah. Ooh, I can follow it up with some face-melting space and drums. Dude, what else are you selling? You know, a guy's got some good scuba. Are you interested? No! Park your car around the corner and play some Mariah Carey, okay? And then we start hitting the guy every day on the way home from school. See ya. Another day. Sorry, guys. And finally, one day, my youngest had it. He rolls down the window and he lets the guy have it. He says, you know what Old McDonald didn't have on the farm? A cow. Because then he'd have milk and then he could make some ice cream. So yeah, farmer's a feast. Thank you very much. Good night.
That's pretty funny. Wish I had known that stuff when my kids were young. It's great tricks. All right, so our next comic is so famous that we are live streaming and we have people watching on 8 of the 7 continents. He is that famous. So give it up for Rabbi Robert Haas.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And before I start my set, I just want to say thank you to all the good-hearted, dedicated people out there who gave money to this organization through me. As for the rest of you, you had your chance. You blew it. You had a chance to get to heaven, to see greatness, to really change the world, but you decided on mediocrity instead. kind of like making it to the Super Bowl and saying, I don't want to play. That's it. I'm not going to play. I'm just going to stay. So thank you all for coming here. Again, those who donated money to me. You are going to heaven. The rest of you aren't. I'm here to talk a little bit about how to be a better person. I'm Jewish, so automatically, if you are a Jewish person, you automatically don't need to hear this talk because you're already better. There's one Jewish person here, maybe two or three. They're not that great of representatives, to be honest, though. They're kind of weak. I teach a lot about Judaism and hate. I talk about hate a lot. I can't understand how people who are white supremacists hate me as a Jew. I mean, have you seen me? I am white. I am completely white. I call it the aura of God. My doctor says it's vitamin D deficiency, but you know what? We're different. He says apples, I say pills. You know, it's all how you do things. I teach people about Hebrew and English. Like in English, the CH is cha, but in Hebrew it's cha, because in Hebrew they have the cha that you kind of spit. You guys, has anybody here ever spoken Hebrew or anything? Yeah, I didn't think so. You don't look that. Yeah. So proud that my good friend, father came here today and just did a set. Give it up for him. He was amazing. Yeah. I love hanging with clergy who just make me feel so much better about myself whenever I'm near them. So Michael Haney and I go way back. Yeah. Wanted to make sure I raised more money than Haney. He's a good man. I mean, for somebody who's not Jewish. So I teach about how to be a better person, and I'm so excited about this organization because they do like athletics, and I want you to know I'm really into athletics. I did a 5K last year. It wasn't in a row. Kind of added up all the times I ran in my car. What was really a 5K? I averaged a 5K. Last year I did 6.5. This year I did 3.5. I did 6.5 last year because the dog was chasing me. But other than that, I don't believe in this athletic stuff. So I'm so impressed with all of you people. Were you guys impressed with Mr. Haney? I didn't think so, no. I didn't understand half the things that he said. He's so hip and I am not. I don't know what a deadhead is, but I don't think it's good because Haney was talking about it. I love teaching people about Judaism. In fact, it's so rare that I get to do humor, and usually go to bars or places because I do comedy on the side, and it's great to be here because I always wanted to do a set in front of God-fearing people. Yeah, so it's on my 2022 bucket list. Yeah, I'll wait for you guys to get that joke. Yeah, that's one of the jokes I test to see if you guys are intelligent or not. I'm not even going to answer that. I think you know the answer. So it's great to be here and be part of this organization. I teach a lot about hate and how terrible stereotypes are out there. So for instance, a lot of people have a lot of stereotypes about Jews, like they're funny and sarcastic and have dark hair and brown eyes and are rabbis. And I am that Jew in many ways, but there are some stereotypes that are terrible. Like the other day, I was talking to somebody about how I do like sports and I like to play sports, and they were saying, no, Jews don't play sports. Whoa, Jews don't play. Have you ever heard that stereotype? Because you're better than Katie, that's why you haven't heard it. Jews don't play sports. I said, you know what? I even volunteered at sports camp. Oh, sports camp, Jews don't go to sports camp. And I said, you know what? You're being anti-Semitic. You are hating Jews, and that is just wrong. Of course, Jews go to sports camp. We just go to learn how to own the team. We don't sweat and weightlift and do the clean and jump, whatever it is. So but again, stereotypes are a terrible thing, and I want to make sure people understand that stereotypes are things that hurt all of us. And so I go around and I teach people how to be better human beings, how to get to heaven. Obviously, I'm not even trying with you guys tonight because it's not worth it, But you guys have been, just a wonderful group of people here. I do a lot of interfaith work. I was at an interfaith seminary retreat with other good people, people like Amy, and I was in charge of the Jewish delegation. There were Jews, Catholics, and there were Protestants. And so we each did a service. So we did our service, the Protestants did their service. We went to the Catholic service. And afterwards, there was bread and wine on the table. So as Jews, what did we do? We went and ate the bread and drank the wine, because to us, wine is just celebration and bread is just tasty. I had no idea that it had more meaning in Catholicism. And they were a little upset, so I had to take care of the situation and ensure that Catholics and Jews remained on good terms. So I went up to them and I said, honestly, listen, we were just doing it because we saw the Episcopalians doing it. That's why. So I cemented relations between Jews and Catholics, because we know there's never been an issue between Catholics and Protestants ever in history. That's a joke. You guys get that? They don't always get along. Are you guys Christian? Okay. There's a book called the Bible. You probably should read it. Yeah, it's a pretty good book. I give it 2 thumbs up. As I tell people, I'm very biblical. I met my wife at a garden, a community garden, just like Adam and Eve. How many of you guys are married, by the way? Yeah, great. Unlike me, you probably met each other at a bar on a Tuesday night. Yeah, I see you guys. Yeah. So I have a wonderful wife. She's amazing. We have kids, and so she didn't come tonight because she's really tired of me. She's so smart though, because we tell jokes. A lot of the jokes I have that work when I really, use my top level stuff for people I care about. I can get them from her. That was an insult of all of you if you didn't get it. Okay, just work it out here. So the other day I said, I married somebody who was 14 years younger than me, because in the Bible it says you should marry a super hot woman 14 younger than you, just like Abraham married Mother Sarah, who was 14 years younger. And a lot of people doubt me, but do you guys read biblical Hebrew? No, I didn't think so. That's what it says. That's what it says, naysayers. Talk to Pavey, he knows all about that. And so the other day I accidentally said, honey, I married somebody so much younger, I'm a grave robber. And she said, no, honey, you're a cradle robber. And then she looked at me and said, I'm a grave robber. That's my wife. Yeah. Yeah, so many people. I have a wonderful community, and they were so excited when I got married. I got all these wonderful notes, and my wife got all of these condolences. It was just really quite amazing. How many of you have kids, by the way? Raise your hand if you have kids. Oh, a lot of you. That's disappointing. Yeah. Sorry about that. You can't change the world. But I love doing comedy. I love meeting people. I love teaching people about how to be a good person. I also have children, so I'm very proud to have children. I have 2 wonderful kids. They don't learn anything from me. I'm the dad, because dads don't teach anything. They learn it all from this new program. It's brand new, called Sustain Street or something like that. Just waiting for this group to get that one over there. You guys got it? I'll give you a little bit longer. Sustain Street with Sesame Street. Get it? Okay, we're gonna work with you guys. Sesame Street. It's still on. You should check them. I love watching people who watch children's TV programs and don't understand really what they say. We had a comic up here was like, "Manamana doo 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 doo." It's manamana juju juju, just like that. So crazy. Pay attention. It's amazing how people miss these things. I have a wonderful daughter. She is incredible, and the only thing I've ever taught her is how to say "ah" when she drinks. Literally the only thing I've ever taught my daughter. It's so amazing. My son is just a monster. It's amazing. He's 2 years old. He's more than half the weight I was when I started high school. That's right. Yeah, we don't have big people in my family. My wife comes from a giant family. She was Catholic, so she's like normal, And her father, 6'4", and was a beat cop in East Chicago. Her uncle, 6'5", 300 pounds, and a biker, like in an actual biker game called Hell's Angels. Bikers for us are the guys who, drive Vespas. Her stepfather is a pipe fitter. I don't even know what that is, but it has a union, so it's pretty cool. And her sister married a drill sergeant. This is what she brought home to her family. The yappy dog from the Looney Tunes. They didn't know what to do with me. I just went up to them and said, you know what, I'm 100% kosher beef, guys. You know, I am a Jew. And it's really strange. Do you guys, anybody speak Hebrew? You don't speak Hebrew, but in Hebrew, my wife converted to Judaism, and the translation is difficult. But when you convert to Judaism, the translation is something like making good decisions, something like that. And I don't know if you know this, but the #1 most respected religion in America, according to the most recent polls, is Judaism. That's right. So I give my people a hand. There's so few of us. Yeah. So I'm going to ask a favor of you tonight because we want to stay #1. So please don't convert to Judaism. We don't want you. Just saying that. In fact, there's a couple of Jews out here. Please leave. Convert to somebody else. You know who you are. I'm not going to look at you. So awesome to be here tonight with you guys. Also for a great organization, a great group of kids. I'm so excited to be here, and it's really warms my heart to be able to do these things. You're doing something amazing tonight, and really helping people. It's amazing that I teach and I learn from my family, and I learned that you have to teach in the moment, but realize sometimes when you teach something, it's going to go in a direction you don't realize. Like the other day, my daughter was about to take her bath. She was, 2.5. And there was about this much water in there, maybe like a millimeter when she gets in. And she's very confident in her body, unlike me, for obvious reasons. So she stands in the bathtub, looks at me, and just pees. In the bathtub that has this much water. Then she takes the cup that I use to wash her off, and she puts it in the 72% pea water. And she looks at her daddy and smiles and drinks it. And then she says, "Ah, that's my family. Yeah, that's what I deal with every day." Although I gotta admit, Katie's pee jokes are just better than mine. Let's give it up. Those are really amazing pee jokes. I don't have those kind of people. And it's awesome because my older, my daughter now, she's older, I'm so proud of her. She's a brilliant artist, but she has decided, like any good Jewish woman would, to give up art and go to medical school. So very excited for her. She turns 4 next month. So yeah, that's tell you about that. That's how amazing my daughter is. Yeah. My mother told me there are only 4 things you can do when you get older. You can be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, or dead to me. That was it. That's where I come from in my life. So you got to understand why I have so much anxiety. But you guys, you guys are doing some wonderful things here. I don't know if you realize, but for the first time in human history, you who are mostly non-Jews are letting a Jew do stand-up comedy. First time in history. Now that is a joke that most of you don't understand because you need more education. But there are a lot of Jewish comics out there, but I said this at a graduation ceremony when I was the speaker. And this man came up to me afterwards, very serious. He said, "Rabbi, Rabbi, 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 Jerry Seinfeld and Adam Sandler are Jewish and they're comedians. You need to know your people better." So I want to thank all of you for letting me be the 3rd Jewish comedian in history. And I want to give all of you to give yourselves a hand for being a great audience. Thank you so much for letting me stand up here and spend some time with you. And I want to thank my good friend Michael Paney for being such a good sport. So let's give it up for Paney, and let's give it up for Paul, everybody, our wonderful host.
Give him another round of applause. My grandmother always told me to be encouraging no matter what the situation is. And Rabbi, I want you to know that that drink that your daughter drank was 28% pure water. Yeah, right? All right, so our next act, I did my research and I looked online, and he has a website, and it said that your mind is his business. So, Christopher Pugh, come on up here and get up in our business.
All right, Savannah, Georgia, how y'all feeling? Come on, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise if you're thankful for being alive, right? It's a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. Give it up for all of the participants and performance initiatives. We're extremely proud of y'all. When I saw all the things that they're doing, I said, y'all are lifting weights. I feel like I'm a part of you because I lift weights every time I get up. And I feel you pain every time, so I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I asked them earlier, I said, what do you learn from lifting weights all the time? And they told me we learn about perseverance. We learn about not giving up. We learn about keep going no matter how hard it gets. And I do that every time I get full. If I paid for it, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care. I know it. I feel bad. Don't quit. You understand what I'm saying? Have y'all ever seen someone at the buffet and they're on their third plate? They're clearly full, but they paid for it? Don't quit. I'm always that dude. Y'all ever went to the buffet and you see that dude in the corner sitting by himself in that jogging suit? And he's still trying to figure out if people are looking at him? That's me. I'm one of those people that I don't care what people think. I will look right at you and eat slow. Have y'all ever seen someone at a red light or at a stop sign? And I can see it by the facial expressions in here. Some people, you're car eaters, I've seen it. Some of y'all eat in the car, don't you? Well, you know what I'm talking about. You car eaters. Some of y'all are living on the edge. Some of y'all dip in sauce when you're driving. I'm not that type of person. I love myself too much to live on the edge like that. I'm not going to peel and dip and then try to, no. Kudos to you, God is on your side. I'm not going to do that. But I am a burger and fry person with no condiments. You understand what I'm saying? Have y'all ever seen a person that, you ride up next to them at a stoplight and they have a burger and then they make a mistake and make eye contact with you and they almost act like you saw them naked or something? You ever seen that? I'm talking about that mid-burger. You ever seen somebody who's clearly hungry? Clearly hungry. And when you look at your burger and when you bite the burger, you look at your bite mark. Anybody ever do that? And you bite it and you look at it like, man, my mouth is right there. Anybody else do that? I know I do it all the time. I'm like, that's good. That's good. Yeah, they did cook peppers like I asked them. All right, let me do the corn. There we go. I do that all the time, man. And so sometimes people get embarrassed. You ever drive up and someone's eating their food and you see them, they're like, and they'll look at you like you're in the bathroom stall together. So you're like, no. I feel like this. I'm a different type of person. I can't wait for you to look at me when I'm about to eat my burger. I will look at you and put it in like a CD. I'll do that. I will do that. You look at me like, you about to eat it? I'm like, you have no idea. I'm going to do a one and done. Now what? Now they're still at the stoplight right now. I did it right when I got off 16. Somebody thought they could shame me and not eating my burger in the car. Got another thing coming. They're still up there. You gotta stop judging people, man. I put it like this. We've been through a lot in the last couple of years. We definitely have been a lot, so it's a pleasure. It's not guaranteed that we'll see people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so glad that we're in this spot and we're having fun and laughter is life. You know what I'm saying? Laughter is medicine. Don't y'all agree? I love doing this. I love doing this. Now, one thing about school, I love laughter, but I was a kid that stayed in trouble in school. I can tell y'all not gonna say it now. Some of y'all got your lives together, but school was rough for a couple of you, wasn't it? Anybody in here stayed in trouble in school? Yeah, thank you. And you don't even want to raise your hand because you got in trouble for that. Yeah, I remember. I definitely remember. So I feel like this. I wasn't a bad kid, but anybody else in here had bad timing? Like no matter what you did, it was the wrong time to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I feel like this. One thing I just did not agree with in school, nap time. Nap time is confusing. Because I'm just a person that I don't think you should demand a biological function. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm talking about, and usually in my schools were kind of backwards. Like, how's nap time right after snack time? How? When we just had the best snack we ever had in our life, and all of a sudden we gotta shut the body down with all that sugar running through it. I never understood it, and then I got in trouble for it. She was like, all right, kids, nap time. And then I don't know, all the other kids probably had microchips in them. I don't know, they went straight to sleep. And I was just like, oh, the Matrix. I didn't know I was here. So it gets to the point that she was like, it's nap time, Chris. And I'm like, I heard you. She was like, well, go to bed. And I was like, I'll lay down, but I'm not sleepy though. Like, I was in school, I had to explain to my teachers because it's a thin line between talking to and talking back. Anybody had to figure it out that the hard way? Like, I'm a communicator, right? I will let you know what you're doing is not about to work. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying your approach sucks. That's just me, you know? She was like, go to bed. I was like, on demand? She was like, go to bed. I was like, I'm gonna lay down. You're an adult, I didn't drive here. I'm gonna lay down. I lay down. This is how petty it got. And that's why I believe everybody should be a teacher. She said, I see your eyes moving. And I said, I see you didn't have a background check before you got hired. Now she wants to call mom. She's like, I heard that. And I was like, I thought we were just doing observations. I didn't disrespect you. I just told you what I thought. Just like you saw me, I see you. I think this is the thin line between discipline and harassment. You know what I mean? I've already obeyed you. Now you're looking at my eyes twitch. You evil woman. That's all I'm saying. So we had the PTA meeting, and you know, have you ever been to the PTA meeting and all of a sudden the teacher starts freestyling on you? Anybody ever go through that? I'm by myself. Okay, well, you got to hear it. All right, so I'm at the PTA meeting. The teacher's like, Chris is doing a wonderful job. And I was like, then why are we here? You ever had the teacher just try to sell your parent like they're so involved, they care about the kid, but here comes the other side of the coin. We're like, yeah, Chris is a good student, grades good. The behavior is just, it has to change. And my mom was like, okay. And I had one of those moms, she would like to hear everyone out. She doesn't take sides yet. My mom is on her side. Because she know I will lie to her just to safety. And she knows teachers, they can embellish. So my teacher's like, he doesn't do things when I'm asking him to do things on the first time. And here comes my mom. I raised you better than that. And you remember, I don't talk back, I talk with. And I said, when I go to sleep around 8, you don't ever say sleep and it's just sleep time. You just say you better be in bed before 8. She makes me go to sleep right after Star Crunches, Mom. I don't know if y'all remember Star Crunches. Anybody was in the 80s? I don't know who Little Debbie is, but I'm surprised she's still little. From all the stuff I don't care. I know Little Debbie has to have type 2 diabetes right now. She got it. Anybody want to see grown Debbie? I want to see grown Debbie. I gotta see it. I like, you know how many lives you ruined? And she come in, I'm sorry. I like, we knew it's you. But no, I told my mom, Mom, they gave Star Crunches, man. I can't just go straight to sleep right after my favorite snack. What kind of evil is this? I don't understand. It's like go on vacation, don't do nothing. You see how weird that got? And this is where it got really strange. She was like, so you got to do, what the teacher asked you to do. I said, I agree. And I'm also one of those people that I talk with, but I will also agree too early to make it, and it looks sarcastic, but I'm really ready for the argument to be over. She was like, you got to do what the people say. I said, I'm going to do exactly what they tell me to do. She was like, are you being sarcastic? I'm like, I'm just accelerated obedience. Anybody just want to get the argument over with, and you just want to obey the parent right then? I was one of those people, but I got in trouble for it. It was just, the timing was just horrendous. You understand what I'm saying? It was just really bad timing, but we got through. I had to transfer from schools because the teacher failed the background check. So, use your voice, kids. You'd be surprised what can happen. No, it's it's a beautiful thing just living in this world. I see a lot. I deal with a lot of kids. I deal with a lot of parents. I just became a parent. Man, just became a parent. I'm telling you, literally the best thing that ever happened to me. I thought I knew what love and happiness was before, until I saw my daughter. I thought I knew what being happy was until I saw someone that I have to obey who does not speak English. She's running the household like she's a drill sergeant, and we don't know what that is. We just have to hope for the best. And when the crying stops, we think we just won. You know what I mean? I have a daughter. Feel like this. One thing about it, I didn't understand the lack of sleep that parents go through. I have a newfound respect for parenthood because I'm sleepy right now. Hey, the only reason I'm telling you, the only reason why I'm up right now is because I'm talking. I'm serious. I'm thinking about getting an Uber all the way back to Macon. I'm that tired. But I love my daughter, but she is at the point where she knows when I'm about to go to sleep. And my daughter does this noise where you would think someone just broke in the house. Like you know that noise where that ain't regular baby noise. You got to get up and find out what the hell that is. Y'all ever did that before? And my daughter does this thing where it's cute, but it's alarming. And she cries without tears. So I'm sitting up there like, I think you're messing with me. But I also know that I'm hallucinating a little bit because I'm sleepy. Have y'all ever looked at your child's eyes before they start talking and you can hear their voice? That's what sleep deprivation does. And it makes you think you're losing it, right? So sometimes when I look at my daughter's face, it looks like she's saying, but I can actually hear her saying, you're doing a good job. But it won't always be like this. Now, I'm going to need you to change me soon. But when you change me, I want you to prepare for the worst. That's what my daughter, with her eyeballs, she says that to me. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this, when I'm sleepy, I can hear her. And when I check this diaper, sweet Bible character, she was right. Now I'm gonna tell you this. When I open up the diaper, you ever open up a diaper and you immediately close it? Because I'm sitting up here, I'm just like, you don't even have teeth. That looks like real food. Where have you been? You've been in the house with me this whole time. Where are you eating baked beans? Like, where you get pulled pork from? Like, where is this going? Like, are you teleporting to other places? What is this? Like, I opened up the diaper, it got to the point, the diaper was so disturbing, the dog left. And what's more confusing, I didn't know we had a dog. That's how sleepy I am. My wife is trying to, help me. But one thing you don't want to do is complain to a new mother about how tired you are. No. I found that out the hard way. I really did. I got up one morning and she was on her 7th trip of breastfeeding. And I don't know, I was hallucinating at the moment. I thought I was in a safe place, talk about how I felt. Man, I got up from a full, 45-minute sleep. And I looked at my wife, and it didn't register that she hadn't been asleep. I was like, man, I'm tired. And then, you ever seen somebody get up from what they're doing, and some deep down inside your soul tells you they're about to get something to throw at you. And when I said I'm tired, she just laid the baby down and just walked straight to the garage, and I'm just hearing stuff that is heavy. And I was just like, but I'm not more tired than you. And I could hear her putting it back up. Timing. I'm still bad at it. You understand what I'm saying? But I love being a father. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very protective. Thank you. I'm very protective. You ever been in situations that you don't know how to just handle all the way and you just let it happen, you just hope for the best? You ever had a fly in your house? You don't kill it right there, you just, I don't have the energy to chase you. You know what I mean? You ever seen a fly around your house like it's just a little bit too common? And you want to kill it, but you don't want to just look stupid in front of your daughter, because my daughter was like, "We're gonna kill it." Like, I want to, but you're hungry and I'm very sleepy and I don't have the energy to chase it. You know, a fly been in your house too long, when it start gaining weight. Hear me out. The way some of you are looking at me, you're going through it right now. The fly had been in my house so long that it was suffering from human diseases. He had gout and acid reflux. It got to the point, I saw him walking. With a limp. That's how long he's been there. And you know when you hallucinate, you can hear stuff. The baby's sleeping, I hear something say, "Ah." Oh, fly. Hey, man. Ain't seen you in a minute. I've been here, I just had to stop flying, man. Why? Body cramps. It's full-blown body cramps, man. Can you just at least leave water out? It's nothing but beer and juice everywhere, man. You know, I'm a fly, I don't do human milk, so gotta improve the spread right here, buddy. You know what I mean? He was very just pretty complaining. And I was like, man, I thought you were dead. He was like, trust me, I want to be. I'm not used to living this way. Like, well, I'll live. Man, I don't have to kill you now. You're not a threat. You know, man, I can just put you on the napkin and just take you back to your family. He was like, yeah, I seen you do it with your kid, man. You made me miss mine. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll take you outside and let you be free. He was like, not yet. I gotta lose a couple of pounds because they can't see me like this. And remember, I'm hallucinating this whole time because I can hear it. You know, he's not talking, but you can tell all of his eyes was looking at me. He was hurt. You know what I mean? So I took him outside, his wife and children outside. I'm like, Dad, where you been? And the wife, I was like, ma'am, here's your husband. She was like, I don't want to hear all of that. Who is that other fly that flew in there with him? I was like, there was another fly in here somewhere? They're like, she's talking about Barbara. We're not even that close. You know, she flew in here. I know what it looks like. It's a whole family dynamic of flies you'd be surprised that you can look at when you hallucinate. I'm glad that y'all traveled with me with my fly story. Because I didn't even write that as a joke tonight. I just had to get that out. I just had to share it with somebody. You'd be surprised you hold that in, you're going to suffer. So now I hope you take that with you and share whoever don't want to hear it. So enjoy. Couples in here. I don't say married couples because marriage is different now. Couples, everybody together. You know who you're with. Are you confident y'all together? You ever seen those hands like they're still figuring it out? I always ask them, like, I'm a couple, they have eye contact first, like, we did argue in the car. Are we still together? Yeah. You ever been through that? I put like this, to increase the fire in your relationship. I know this is a clean show. I have no idea who's on Zoom. So you want to rekindle the fire in your relationship. Start being more goofy. Some of y'all are serious people. I know you have a lot of responsibilities. I want you to sprinkle a little immaturity in your relationship. You'd be surprised how far you can go with it. Next time y'all kiss, I want y'all to do something in the mouth. Next time y'all kiss, do me a favor, keep your eyes open and stare at each other. And the first person that giggles have to buy dinner. It's a good game. I'm telling you, my wife been buying dinner for months. Just look at each other, because I ain't gonna lie to you, it's funny, but it's also a little creepy, because you've never seen eyeballs while you're kissing. Your body will shut down. You're not even sure how to do it. Your body be like, I'm not used to it. Close the eyes. You're not really used to a face like this. But, you know, when you open your eyes, just make sure it's a little space from the eyelids, because you don't want an eyelash right there in the eyeball. You understand what I'm saying? But just kiss, look at each other in the face, do things that are fun. Do y'all understand? When y'all on a date, narrate your date, like both of y'all on National Geographic or something. Start as soon as you get ready. The husband is getting out of the shower. Like, the wife is still pissed from earlier, but she wants to eat. You know what I mean? Like, start talking. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised. When you narrate your day, it gets funny. It's funny. Try goofy stuff, y'all. Try goofy stuff. I'm one of those people that I believe love should be entertaining. You know what I mean? I want y'all to just, you know, be happy. Just don't be committed and depressed. Just be committed and crack some jokes. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know, I know you about to go out later on. Let me hire one of those shoes to see you run around the house crazy. Hey, do it. Be petty. For real, it's too much seriousness going on in the world. You understand what I'm saying? I put it like this. I've been trying to lose weight since birth. You know what I'm saying? You ever been trying to do something so long, you just blame it on God? Anybody else do that? That's the easy way out, you know? You just be like, hey man, you're gonna do it. I've been trying so long, I'm just, you know, God made me like this. Anybody ever told somebody God made you like that? Yeah, God didn't make six-piece chicken tenders though. You know what I mean? That's me. But it's easier to tell people you were made like this, you know? Anybody blame it on DNA in your family? By other people are shaped like this? No one is shaped like that. Everyone eats like that. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody has the same dinner plan. You know what I mean? You ever had a meal plan before? Anybody do meal planning where you put all of your food in those little boxes? And you fill up the whole refrigerator, and everybody got to look at your discipline? No, can't do it. Sorry about that. I put like this, man. My discipline sucks so bad, I made my personal trainer quit. And it gets to the point, it got really weird because the way I made him quit, y'all ever seen some people do pull-ups in the gym? Seen those before? You ever seen the coach spot the person by holding his feet? You ever seen it? I got videos, I'll show you. Now he spotted me, he was like, you can do it. And I'm like, clearly I can't. Remember, I don't talk back, I talk with. I'm not arguing with you, but you need to know what I can't do. There's only so much motivation to do. Talent got to be somewhere. You know what I mean? You can do it. Do another pull-up. I said, I haven't done one. What do you mean another? So he was like, come on, man, you can do it. You can do it. It's just a mind thing. It's not the weight, it's the mind. And I said, you serious? He said, yes. So I let my hands go. I told him it's not the weight, it's the mind. I had a very difficult conversation in church at a Bible study once. I'm not allowed back. The conversation was, the topic of the night was, did Jesus have a girlfriend? Now this is already controversial. Some people are just like, next joke, don't even go there. Like, you know what I mean? But there's a topic that I thought was worth discussing. Did Jesus have a girlfriend? Now, even if you've never asked yourself that before, now I hope you really think about it. At the end of the day, I didn't get in trouble about my opinion. I got in trouble with my observation. So everybody's arguing. I said, hey, can we at least admit none of us was there? They were like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure none of us in this room was there. Get out, Chris. I'm like, I can't wait to leave. But let's think about it. I don't know if he had a girlfriend, but I can 100% bet you Jesus had a crush. Can we at least admit that? You got brass feet and woolly hair performing miracles, and nobody likes you. Ladies, you see a dude right now that can make wine on demand. Some of y'all thinking about it right now. Who's Jesus? Some of y'all thinking about it right now. It looks like, I didn't think about it like that. You don't have to order wine ever. It's just. Okay. Okay. See, now I feel like this. You back in, I forgot the cities, but I know one of them, Nazareth. Bethlehem. There was a lot of GPS tracking going on in the Bible. It's hard, but when he was traveling and doing miracles, come on. It had to be a group of young ladies was like, all right, so which one of you going to get past the disciples? Because we're out of wine. You know what I mean? Hey, ladies fly. I've seen that before. The church is very interesting. I had an idea. What if y'all find out that when you join a religion, there's a probationary period before you get the benefits of being in that religion? Isn't that difficult to think about? Like, what if you got saved and unfortunately transitioned, but you were not out your probationary period? When you get to heaven, you're like, man, I'm so glad I got baptized. All right. Hey, how you doing? Name? Brandon? Brandon. No, I'm saved, baptized, I believe, yeah. Brandon. Should be on that's a B, so at least page 2. Sorry, Brandon, we just had a new update to our Constitution about. When did you get baptized or saved? 4 weeks ago. You were like, oh, Brandon. We appreciate what you do. And you're like, whoa. I thought that I could get into heaven. You can. However, you got a probationary period. It says you have to be saved at least 6 to 12 months before you get into heaven. And now, if you were Brandon, you would be kind of perturbed at this point because you thought that it was automatic, right? But what if the angel at the gate told you, like, it's not that bad? We do have an internship program. See how you do. You remember all of the principles. And we do have a Bible pop quiz that you have to pass. Now, one thing I thought about that is, what if you went to church and instead of your pastor speaking out of the Bible, he was like, all right, everybody ready for a good word? You're like, yeah. You're like, all right, get out a pen and piece of paper. We're going to have a standardized test. How many people you think will stay in church? Like 12, like for real. If you had to pass a pop quiz in order to keep your position in church, there'll be a lot of revolving door policies off in there. So let's think about it. We know a few stories, but if you go to one of those books that are rarely talked about, like Obadiah or Chuck, some of y'all think it's a book in the Bible named Chuck. It is. Right there in the back, where the glossary and the maps are. Book of Chuck. No, I mean, I look at certain things and you'd be surprised. Oh. Speaking of gas, I just play. Everybody thought that's what it was. They were just like, wow. I'm sorry. You ever had somebody had so much gas you hold your stomach? That's what I almost did. I was like, ooh. Whoever that was, man, just stay hydrated. Oh, man. Is it crazy when you have gas? That's when somebody has to talk to you right there. Anybody else? I mean, you let out the most just unwelcoming, you know? And all of a sudden, we're like, would you be interested? It's like, not at the moment. You're like, come on, let's hug. You're like, you don't want to hug? Grocery store gas is the worst. Oh, I'm not alone. Okay. It's worse in the frozen food aisle. It doesn't move quick. It's like a really, really sticky ghost standing right there in the aisle, just high-fiving people in the nose. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Some of y'all did it. Some of y'all were like, man, I should do this right. Anybody just, some of you have really talked down to yourself while it's coming out. Some of us do that. Like, this should not. I am too grown for this to be happening. I should be ashamed of myself. Oh my God, all of the kids from performing initiatives are coming down. Now you're acting like I'm not the only one that did this. Anyone come out from one came by my mistake? You sit back and see what your work really has done. Not by myself. You can fire all you want to. I can hear the brain. Remember, I'm sleepy, so I can hear everybody. Thank you. You be in the grocery store, you let one out, you knew it was just ungodly, you know. And all of a sudden you sit back in the meat aisle, but you can have a clear look. And all of a sudden you just seeing people walking through the invisible spider web, you know. And it's cold, so it don't bleed. It's a stinky ghost just doing like this. All right. Okay, all right, y'all have fun? I would like to tell everyone that I personally feel honored and privileged to be a part of a great initiative. Like I said, I got stories of growing up as a kid. The children of our present and future have more distractions than we had to deal with growing up. All right. So anytime when you have an initiative where it helps them focus in on something that's beneficial to them. And when I talked briefly with them earlier, and the way they talk about this initiative, I felt their passion in it. I felt their progress in it. And more importantly, I felt their future. The way they talk about how people poured into them and what they've learned from lifting weights, the weight of the world would not be a problem for you in the future. I run a mentoring program called Bandit Mindset, which started off as a mentoring program for kids over the radio. And it's not just for young men, it's for people who are interested in the structure or the logical response from someone who deals with family, right? So it's men and women, boys and girls. I mentor families as well, right? Because we have a lot of people who have people in their families they don't know how to communicate with. How many of y'all know you can be under the same roof and everybody be a part of a different culture in your household, right? Some of y'all will still wonder if you're still related to some of your family members right now. Am I lying? Right, so the thing is, the reason why I'm telling everyone this is because never ever assume that people know how to communicate. And the way the youth were communicating with me today, they're gonna go so far because they're not scared of telling people who they are, what they want to do, and what they're gonna do in order to get there. So you're already successful. Just understand your success. Understand your success, right? So for me to especially to the youth first, but everyone who put this on, I am honored, privileged, and most of all thankful that I was a part of this tonight. I had people in my life that got me to this place right now. I have pastors, uncles, teachers, coaches all over the place, and I'm a product of people pouring into the youth. So I know for a fact it works. But like this, you're looking at a person that has gotten kicked out of every level of school in his life. And I'm a professor at a university. That's my punchline. It's not with you. I'll holler at y'all.
Hey, would all the comedians please come up and join me up here on the stage? We have a little gift for you. Oh yeah, Coach Gary. We're going to award our Chucklehead Crown, which is all right, so here, if I could get you to help me. Oh, Ahmad. Come on, Ahmad. This is Ahmad Minor. Give Ahmad a big round of applause. Ahmad might be a national champion in his weight class. So, Ahmad, if you give this to Bliss. So, go give them one more round of applause. Now tonight, I'm gonna hold it on a special pillow here, and then you can crown Chucklehead Junior Queen. Tonight, with a total raise to $4,730. $4,730. Each dollar representing evidently a person going to heaven is Rabbi Haas. Thank y'all again, and gosh, you guys are so funny each in your own way, and hopefully one day I'll be able to finish that joke about the priest, the rabbi, and the doctor. All right, guys, well, thanks again. We want to do one more bit of good news with you guys. We have Keontae just came back from Saudi Arabia, lifting for the US World Team. And if we could cue up that video, second one. So tonight, I wanted to announce that the grand total that we've raised at this event today, at this moment, is $23,150. Give yourself a hand for that. We also have a lot of travel coming up, so we're a little bit under our goal. And to encourage everyone to give a little bit more, we actually have an angel donor who has pledged a match. So for those of you that can give more, there are pledge cards on your way out. And this will be going on for the next week or so. So you'll probably get an email or you can come up and talk to me afterwards. But we're trying to raise up to $30,000. So we're not quite to that total, but we do have someone that will match every dollar that you give tonight, even if we go over that amount. So I really encourage you to get more. Tell your friends. All right.
I just want to say thank you. We just got back from Saudi Arabia where's Dale? Dale was laughing at me on text message, knowing that if I wasn't back by Thursday, they'd help me because I was very objective to the female-only lines, and the females can't go to the gym, and the females can't do this. I was so over it. And any of my athletes that know me, I'm very much advocate for you can do whatever you set your mind to. I don't care how. I was Beyonce, I was so proud of him. He was, they were teaching him how to greet the Muslim, and he was teaching him how to fist bump Indian American. So he was building relations across the world. And then he was translating with the Russians, because several of the girls wanted to know his name and where he was from. Because when he said Georgia, they thought they meant next to him. So he was be an ambassador around the world in several countries. And we even got to meet with the consulate there from the embassy. And they had been there for 9 months trying to establish relationships with U.S. athletes and coaches. And he was asking Beyonce, he's like, you're here for 5 minutes and you already have friends on Facebook and Instagram with 9 other countries. How do you do that? This is our profession. In 9 months, we've only made it with 2 countries. They've only made connections. So these kids are going above and beyond what as adults even do in their professions. And so I'm really proud of them. And I also enjoy embarrassing them sometimes when they were children, because if you're a parent, you understand how embarrassing it is sometimes in public when they're doing the, I'm not talking back to you, but I'm talking at you or with you, as Chris was putting it. And so we have a lot of those moments that I keep track of. And I'm like, you know, we have videos in the future, so be careful what you say. I was shaking her head, yes. But they're amazing. And I do want to give a shout out. We have a lot of volunteers, dozens and dozens that pour into every aspect, from doing yard work to helping me with planning budgets, to all kinds of things. But we have 2 of our staff members here that we could not do what we do without them. They're very pivotal in reaching the young people we work with and supporting everything, even when I'm in and out and doing other things. Or I'm overseas, they're making sure everything's held down. Chris and Nick, would you stand up, please? Thank you. Paul, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
Well, we also have a fundraiser event on Black Friday. On Black Friday, we got music. I didn't know we had music. There's a piece of paper on your table that has a QR code that you can sign up for. It's a really fun event, and it's a scavenger hunt. And so we really look forward to seeing everybody there. And we'll let this keep running. But if you have any questions, just find one of us, and we'll be happy to answer those for you. And if you'd like to give a little more, if you know somebody that wants to, remember that match is out there. And thank you for coming. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you, everybody.